Limited free character transfers from PvP to PvE realms in Season of Discovery. They're actually making it so if you do want to go on PvE servers, you can transfer your PvP characters. Good evening, everyone. When we launched Season of Discovery, we made some bold decisions. One of them was the creation of enforced faction PvP realms. When we did this, we did our best to communicate some caveats that may not end up being the experience you want from World of Warcraft. As PvP realms can be intensely challenging experience at times, while we are very happy with how some faction balance system has worked out, we know from a player feedback internally and externally that the reality of a balanced presence of both factions on a single realm and that individual layers will not always have equal factions means that some folks now have decided that they would instead prefer a PvE rule set, but they have characters locked to these PvP realms. To that end, we genuinely want everybody to have the best time they haven't seen the Discovery, so over the next few weeks, we will be periodically opening free character transfers from PvP to PvE realms. Those transfer windows will open and close fairly rapidly. And we offer no guarantee that you will be able to transfer. The reasoning for this is simple. We need to ensure that one faction doesn't disproportionately leave a realm, undoing months of hard work with realm balance. These transfer options will be periodically available starting Tuesday and will open and close throughout the rest of this week. Again, thank you for letting us join us Season Discovery. We've experimented a lot and learned much things that ultimately led to a bigger and better things. Okay, so they're opening up some options to basically transfer over to PvE server if you don't want to be on a PvP server. That is very interesting. I mean, I'm overall I've been quite happy with Crusader Strike, honestly. I don't really think I'm planning on leaving Crusader Strike, honestly. I think we have a pretty good thing going there with the community and stuff like that. Wouldn't want to do that, I believe. But I think it's good for the people that want to do it, I guess, because I think a lot of people have realized World PvP is it's fun, it can be really fun, but for a lot of people, you know, it's not that fun. And a lot of people don't want that, right? So I guess it's fair for the people that want to do that stuff, that they have the option to it. Also, I like that they're not just opening the floodgates, that they're actually trying to keep the PvP servers still balanced, which is great, right? PvP servers suck if you have shit to do. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely suck if you have things to do and stuff like that. I was thinking of playing WoW for the first time. Should I start with retail or classic? I don't know, man. If you have any people that know, if you know anyone that plays WoW, Hilmrex, I would tell you to go play what they're playing. But I mean, you could both are fun. I mean, I'm mostly like a classic, you know, player for the most part. But retail seems to be quite exciting with War Berlin as well, honestly. Depends on what you're into, really, and what you want from the game. I don't know why people initially even roll on a PvP server if they hate to be ganked. I think it boils down to a very, very simple answer, Nunada, and that's because people want to be on servers that are popular. And by default, most players go on PvP servers because that's just where everybody usually goes. So even people that are not into World PvP and don't like that, you know, side of the game, they still go there because they want to play where other people are playing. And I get that, because a lot of the times throughout different realms and different servers being released, and even private servers to a certain degree, some realms just die, and people don't want to be in a realm that dies, right? A role PvP server, since all my friends wanted to go PvP, yeah, that's usually how it goes. It is. It is definitely usually how it goes. That's what I mean, streamer spurks. I don't think this has anything to do with streamer spurks. I think it's just generally how people are. Yeah, streamers usually go on those servers as well and everything like that, but it's not just the streamers. It's usually like, that's just what everybody always does. Even way before I started streaming, everybody would always go PvP server. All of my friends, everybody that I always knew, it was always PvP server, right? I don't know if they still PvP themselves and they are mad about people on a PvP server, which is weird to me. Yeah, I mean, if you do go on a PvP server, you can't really be angry about, you know, the whole PvP thing. I think for me, I mean, I could definitely see myself wanting to do a PvE server, but that's just because I'm streaming a lot of the times, and that just kind of makes me a target. You know, I just like, I'm streaming the game, so if people want to go kill me in the open world, or like gank me, or like bring a whole group and do it, they can do it, right? And that's just the game. But definitely, if I were to like do another character or something like that, I could definitely see myself rolling PvE. I wouldn't really have an issue with that personally. My group is more as a warrior main. They just neglect the entire class at this point. You mean for world PvP? Warrior has always been misery for world PvP. That's just the class. You need a healer friend to help you for warriors to be good, right? Guzu can't fight back because his rank 14 jutsu would destroy the opposing faction. True. True. Do another character. I'm planning on leveling Guzvaldu actually. I wanna level my rogue today. We're just talking a little bit about this stuff here. There's also some other blue posts I wanna get over, guys, but this is the first one, right? Just compare the SAW PvP servers to a classic PvP server. SAW is pretty much only griefing other players and not real PvP anyway. SAW has by far the most toxic community of WoW anyway. I think if you're saying that there is no griefing on normal classic servers, that is not true. Okay? World PvP, like PvP, the aspect of world PvP is some of the greatest things to happen to classic, but also the worst, right? Because it allows people to basically grief or like, you know, corpse camp or farm people at Songflower or dispel people at, you know, innkeepers and stuff like that. That's always happened. That's always happened. There's griefing on classic servers, but not to this extent. I disagree. What I have seen people do on classic, like when classic 2019, bro, I knew people that had literally 5 accounts sitting on every single Songflower spawn in basically in ghost form on priests. Just sitting in ghost form, waiting for people to pick up the Songflower. They would release spirit, purge them, die, run back, wait for the next person. Griefing has always been a massive part of classic. It sucks. It does suck, but that's just the nature of the game, sadly, on PvP servers, right? When there's a potential for griefing, you'll usually find a griefer. For sure, yeah. Were you the victim of it any time? Oh, for sure, yeah. Bro, I got dispelled hella. Dude, yeah, I was. For sure. But that's just PvP servers, right? It is what it is. There's great things about PvP servers and there's horrible things about it. Weren't you also ganking people in Minethil Harbor for rank 14? Yep, I was. And I got death threats and like people messaging me in my DMs that they hoped my family died because I killed them in World PvP. Yeah, I did. It was not the best. Yeah, people literally would DM me on Twitch that like, I hope your family dies because I killed them on a boat in Minethil Harbor. You know, PvP servers are great, but they also bring out very bad things in people, right? Yeah, it is what it is. I can love landing on flight paths and getting killed by Guzu. Dude, I actually felt bad. When I was ranking, I genuinely did feel bad. But eventually, I got, like, desensitized from it, and it was just business. Because I was ranking. It was nothing personal, kid. Alright? Run back to your corpse. I gotta get my 100 honor. Alright? It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going a little bit off on a rant here. This wasn't really supposed to be a rant about my ranking days. But regardless, I think this is good. I think it's good having the option for people to transfer to a PvE server if that's what they wish, right? As long as it doesn't ruin the balance of the realms. I don't know what you guys are thinking about this, obviously, but I think it's good. Overall, it's not a bad thing. Like, if people want to have the option to go on a PvE server and they're not having fun on PvP servers, then it's okay, right? Imagine time from Guzu, might as well. Okay, Jesus. I'm not a fan of the sound, but I love classic devs and the communication with the community honestly a lot. I agree. I think it's good. What's up, Irvana? Good to see you. Yeah, so there's also some class tunings. Another blue post here about some class tunings. Tomorrow, during each region's normal maintenance period, we'll be applying the following adjustments to classes in Season of Discovery. Druid! The natural weapons talent will now increase all damage done by druids in Season of Discovery, instead of just physical damage. What? Oh, 10%. Bro, my brain read 100%. I was getting a little bit worried there. The Gale winds now reduce the mana cost of Hurricane. I mean, that's good. Honestly, Boomkins are not looking too hot, I think, in PvE with AoE and stuff like that. So having some AoE stuff for them is good. Swiftman no longer consumes rejuvenation and regrowth, effect on the target when used. Okay, so it doesn't, like, eat up those HUDs as well. Paladins! Savix, I don't know if Savix has seen this, but Paladins are getting seal twisting. You are now able to seal twist Seal of Martyrdom and Seal of Command. Long story short, guys, all of this that says right here, you can seal twist. Which is, in essence, I mean, if you're Paladin main, you probably know what it means. It's a very, very big part of what makes Paladins really fun in vanilla. That you can queue up a Seal of Martyrdom, change it at the very last second into a Seal of Command, and you can get both procs, right? It's actually big. This is a big thing for Paladins. This is very, very awesome. So Paladins they're gonna be happy about that, right? Crusader Strike gain an additional effect. Will refresh all judgment effects on a target. Oh, really? So they don't have to rejudge. Sacred Shield duration is extended, and then Seal of Righteousness can now crit. Cool, Paladin mains are happy. Seal Twist while Divine Shield shielded in PvP. Yeah, they're gonna be popping off, is what I wanted to say. Shadow Form now increase all shadow damage by 25%, was 15, so a Shadow Priest buff. Saber Slash now stacks up to 5 times. That is the dot that lasts 12 seconds that you apply with Saber Slash can now stack to 5. This might actually make Saber Slash rogues viable instead of everybody playing Mutilate. I guess we'll see. I mean, good timing, guys, because I'm actually planning on leveling my rogue. Has nothing to do with the blue post, okay? I just want to say that. But I am actually going to be leveling the rogue, which is going to be pretty awesome. Saber Slash Bleeds now also increases the impact damage on my Sinister Strike and Saber Slash by 15% per stack with the rogue applied to bleed. That's big. But it deals 3% of the rogue's attack power instead of 5. So a slight nerf to the procs themselves, but you can stack them more, right? I mean, still pretty big though. I think this is going to be pretty huge for rogues, honestly. Yeah, Shaman. Uh-oh. Mental Dexterity now only triggers from dealing damage with Storm Strike and Lavalash, and now lasts for 30 seconds, was 10. That's fine. This is actually a buff. No, it's not. I was gonna say this is... It's a buff in a way to enhancement. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really affect enhancement, really. You just do your rotation. But elemental shamans won't be able to do mental dexterity then. Right? Because you would need to... I mean, no, you actually can't. I mean, you could go Lavalash, I guess. You could go Lavalash, but then you wouldn't have Lava Burst. So this is actually a big nerf to Elemental Shamans. Yeah, because then you could go Elemental, but then now you won't be able to have Lava Burst, which is your main damage dealer, right? Or you could go all the way in and get Storm Strike, but then you wouldn't have all the juicy Elemental talents, right? I don't know why they're nerfing Elemental like that. Because...
Teresa riot going on in Orgrimmar. People are not happy about the transfers.
What?
Please log on and calm the people down.
Is there a riot? I mean, I'm not gonna be transferring from Crusader Strike. I'm gonna keep the thing where there's... Read the next point, Jesus. No, I'm gonna talk about this until I want to talk about the next point. Yeah, I don't know why they're nerfing Elemental Shaman. This doesn't make much sense. Maybe it's just because they don't want them to work like that, but this is a big nerf to Elemental. I mean, we'll see. Burn now deals Flame Shock damage by 100% of Flame Dot duration by 6 seconds, and that causes Flame Shock to strike 5 targets. Okay, that's pretty big. So 100% more Flame Shock damage and then 5 targets. So this is a buff to Elemental, obviously. We've received a lot of feedback from the overall usability of Mental Dexterity, particularly by Elemental Shamans. This ability was not intended to be used by Elementals, so the adjustments we made are here to help ensure its usage is a bit more enhancement-centric. To compensate, we've increased the output and usability of Burn Rune, with a slight quality of life improvement in the form of Flame Shock duration, which allows 2 Lava Bursts to be used in a single Flame Shock duration. This is likely not going to be enough to overall bring Elemental up to the level we want, so we intend to continue make other tactical adjustments to future class adjustments as needed. Okay, well, actually you're right. You snooze, you lose. You're actually right. I should have read that. And you know what? I apologies. It's just because you put the little Jesus in the ... Okay, it triggered my brain. But this is good. I think this is good. Because... yes, this will be a big nerf in the way that you play elemental, but I mean, unless people like playing like that, I don't know. Do elemental shamans like doing that melee weaving and then into that? Maybe this is more skillful. Maybe this is like for like the big sweat lords. It's better. Overall, it's a nerf to elemental. It's horrific. 240 plus DPS loss. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but that's why they put this down here, right? I mean, this last part literally says that it's aware that it's not gonna be enough, right? This is a nerf. But buff before they nerf. I mean, yeah, they should probably... The elemental shamans should probably get another buff for sure. Because this is a huge nerf, but... I don't know, I think if I was an elemental shaman, I would much rather, like, not have to worry about melee weaving for my DPS. And then rather just have my elemental stuff be good, no? I think they definitely buff it more than this. Like, this is not gonna be enough to compensate for that. Resto Druid DPS does more damage than Ela DPS. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a big nerf, but that's why I'm saying they should probably buff it more, right? What's up, not your artist? Good to see you, man. Surely Blizzard has the ability to calculate the DPS difference? Yeah. Was wondering why my elemental parsers were even more trash. Has this been in effect already? I don't think it has. April 23rd schedule maintenance. It hasn't even happened yet. Maybe for NA. Maybe for NA. Has the maintenance already happened for NA? Oh, for NA it has. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Well, I mean, I don't know. I definitely do hope that they're fast on the buff, right? For shamans, because it's not gonna be very fun having your shaman being that gimped.